Hi guys, welcome to Olive Spoken English Batch 2. We have a grammar lesson today. So what I'll be doing is certain exercise, grammar exercise with all of you. See, we discussed about why grammar is important in your spoken English, why you must concentrate. I gave you a little trick also on fluency. I hope you tried all of that. Now what we'll do is here, probably more people will join in hopefully. What we'll do here is your grammar exercise, small grammar simple exercise which you should know, right? And I'll just share the PPT. Guys, audio is clear, right? Audio is fine, audio video all fine. Yes, just let me know in the chat no once. Okay, so here I'm just sharing the PPT. You can see the PPT also, right? Visible. Grammar exercise we'll do today. Okay, and these are very basic exercises. There are certain grammar rules which everyone should know, right? As a person who is educated, whether it is for life, right, when it comes to reading, writing, or speaking, this is a very basic fundamental grammar which everyone should know in today's world. It is an important skill to have. Okay, right? So what we'll do is start with the exercises. I'll give you time. Don't write your answers right now. Go through all the sentences. 10 are given here, so take 4 minutes or 5 minutes, whatever time you want, and then you individually give me answers for each. Then we'll of course tally. Okay, now you all know relative pronoun words. I think you're familiar. The pronoun words which link two parts of a sentence. For example, which, very common relative pronoun. Then we have that, who, whose, right? So all are relative pronouns. Two parts of a sentence are linked using these pronouns. Whom. Okay, so any of these word will fit here in the blank. First go through the list, all of you individually, check how many you can figure out, and then we'll discuss it together. I'll give you approx 4 or 5 minutes. Okay. Hi Manjot, very good evening. Why surprise evening class? I'm having classes since morning, like 7 p.m., 8 p.m., now 9 p.m. 8 p.m. was an LPS. So actually today continuous classes for me. Okay. He bought all the tools dash are required to fix his old car. So for non-living things, and particularly in case of choice, we use this particular pronoun. What have you marked for the first one, guys? All the tools, yeah, which are required or that are required. Which will be more appropriate, and why? Choice we use which. Uh, For certain cases, you will see, firstly, where superlative degree is given. Guys, I think more appropriate one here, he bought all the toys that are required to fix his old car. I'll tell you why. Because there is a particular all word given with certain pronoun words like everyone, all. If these are the pronouns mentioned, indefinite pronouns, okay, we always use that, I think. So, yeah, first will be that. Shreya, this is your first slide only, don't worry. Okay, this is the doctor dash helped Sarah. So who is doing the action? Doctor, and that is the subject only. So for subject we always use who. Correct. This is the girl dash he fell in love. Now he is the subject and we are referring to the object girl. So for object we always use whom. Correct. For object we always use whom. Okay, next one guys. She managed to pass the exam in spite of all the difficulties. Okay. Huh. Which didn't surprise people who knew her. Which did not surprise the people. Correct. Which will be correct here. Okay, these are the kids. Whenever you are showing possessive guys, whose parents? Okay, because we are showing possessive, we will always use whose. Okay, whose parents were arrested. It should be one. Okay, give me the plate dashes on the table. Now we are pointing out guys what will come here. Selection. Out of all the plates, the one which is on the table, I want a particular one. Remember, for choice, for selection, yeah, we usually use which is on the table. Okay. I didn't know dash did it. Obviously, you are asking about the subject who did an action, right? When you are questioning about the subject pronoun who will come. Okay. Okay, next one. The criminals, two of dash, managed to escape, broke into a bank downtown. Two of whom or two of who? Two of whom managed to escape. Okay. Two of whom managed to escape. Okay. Okay. Pointing out, but again out of the plural. Okay. Next, police identified the murderer whose fingerprints, obviously, we are showing possession. So, whose fingerprints? I know the candidate whom I was going to support. Now, I is the subject topic talking about the object here. So, whom? Guys, see, non-essential clauses, we usually use which. Okay. Also remember, for choice, you will always use which. Okay. That in case of superlative degree, words like all, everyone, if these are the words present, little, some, any, you will use that. Okay. One of the, okay, if you get words like one of the, okay, little, some, any, all, if these are the words present, you always use that. Okay, which is used for choice, plus living and non-living, you both can use which, right? That and which we always get confused. Now they have a particular usage. Yeah. Whom or with whom. Okay, in which case, Shreya, you are asking whom or with whom? Tell me. Divyanshi, for you again, I will say, you know the basic difference or usage of that and which. Okay, basic is you find these words that superlative degrees like most beautiful, strongest. Okay, you mention there, obviously that will come. Okay, little, some, any indefinite pronouns are there in the statement, that will come for sure. Okay. So remember like this, which will come for choice, particularly for people when we use it, but mostly which is used for things. Okay. I know the candidate with whom I am going to support. No, whom I am going to support. With is not required in the last one. Okay. Whom I am going to support. Okay. Not with whom. Clear? Yeah. Right. Next one. There's one more very interesting exercise for you. Now, gerund, first you know what is gerund, all of you? It's a verb form, but it acts as a noun. Acts as a noun, functions as a noun. Example, if I write walking is a good exercise. Now I am not walking, there is no activity or action happening. Though it is ing verb word, but it is the name of what? An activity. It is acting as a noun. It is name of an activity. Because it is a name, any name will come under noun. Any name is a noun. So it becomes gerund. It looks like a verb but acts like a noun. Infinitive is always the first form of verb plus two. Sorry, two plus first form of the verb is called infinitive. Okay. Now you have to select out of two options given in the bracket. For each, which will you mark? First, again, take 4 minutes, do this, and then I'll come back to the answers. Gerund or infinitive. You can go through each question, then I'll talk about it. With keen on, this you will use ing. Keen on working. Yeah, I'm keen on working. Annie decided to see a doctor. Okay, after enjoys, please remember this is a rule. After enjoys, always gerund form. Enjoys reading, enjoys swimming, enjoys eating. After enjoys, we always use ing, gerund form. Okay, do you intend to learn? Okay, do you want to learn? Is your intention to learn? Do you intend to learn? Do you mind helping me? Okay, so do you mind helping me wash the dishes? Alan asked to talk to the boss. Do you mind helping when I watch Mr. Bean? Okay, if Sarah keeps coming to work late, she will have problems. Continues to do this, so keeps coming, continues to do this. If she continues to do this, hates studying. Okay, with hate, enjoy, love, you use ing gerund form. Lisa hates studying math. Lisa hates studying, sorry, living in Africa. This is a wrong word, guys. It should be living in Africa. Correct it. It will be live, and it will be living in Africa. But ing will come. So with verbs like hates, enjoys, likes, you always use ing. Okay. There are other phrases also with which you always use gerund form. Everybody, please remember these phrases. For example, I will always say addicted to drinking, ing. Prone to lying, ing. Okay. What else, guys? Acha, last one. Lisa hates living in Africa. Last one, ing will come, living. I changed the options. Obviously, study will be wrong. Shreya, last one. Last one, living, to live and living. Which will be correct? Living. With hate also, we use ing. Okay. Accustomed to. Staying there. Okay. Used to. Again, with it, we use ing. Okay. Looking forward to meeting you, ing. With all these phrases, you always use gerund form. Always remember, guys, and with verbs like these, keen on, enjoy, like, hate, we use ing. Okay. That is why, that's the rule. Okay. With verbs like hate, love, like, enjoy, you always use the ing form, gerund form. Okay. That's the rule you have to remember. Okay. Tell me any query. Any verb that will express like, dislike, please note it. It's a rule from this slide, very important, that you are learning today. Any verb which will show you like, dislike, right? You have to use ing form. Okay. Love, enjoy, like, hate. Okay. They are actually used in simple present. We always use ing gerund form with it. Okay. So dislike, like, hate, all of these. Okay. I love going to the cinemas, right? Not to go to the cinemas. I prefer listening to the radio. I prefer listening. Prefer is also a word which kind of shows your liking, disliking, or liking, right? Liking. Okay. I hate seeing food thrown away. Okay. So if I say I like making jam, I'm focusing on the experience, the process of making jam. So I would say I like making jam. Okay. They don't like sitting for too long. Okay. So experience, emphasis on the experience, sitting for long. Okay. And when you just normal talk about a habit, I can say like I prefer to sort out a problem as soon as I can. Means a habit or a preference. When you talk about, you can say okay, I like to form, right? I prefer to do this. Okay, I like to make jam every year. Now there's a clear difference. If I write two sentences, don't get confused here. Generally you will see with like or hate or any word which show preferences like that, we use ing. Now the only problem is, the only difference is, I'll write it for you, also make a note of it if you can. Okay. When I talk about, or my emphasis is on experience of a particular thing, I will always use gerund. Okay. But when I talk about as a habit, I do it. Okay. I prefer doing it as a habit. Then you can use 2 plus v1 infinitive form. Okay. I'll just mention it here as a habit. 2 plus v1. Listen carefully, guys. I'll give you the example here. First one, I like making jam. I want you to emphasize on I like making jam, the process of making jam. That I'm emphasizing on the experience, the act. Okay, the action. Emphasizing on the actions, gerund form. If I say we have a lot of fruit in the garden, I like to make jam every year. Means every year I do this. It's like a habit every year because we have so much of fruit, right? So then you can say okay, I like to make jam every year. As a habit I'm showing, regular, something regular. Clear, everybody? Hmm. Yeah. Next one, I'll give you again adjective or adverb. You have to guess the part of speech. Guess what? You will know if you know the meaning, right? I'll give you 4 minutes. Please go through these sentences. These are adjectives or adverbs. Please tell me. Okay, first is describing a noun, so this becomes your adjective. Second, we are working hard. Okay, working is a verb. Just because it's describing a verb, we use the same form as adjective also, but because it is describing a verb, it will be an adverb. These are hard times. Now here, when I talk about times, we are describing a noun. The same word will be adjective. Hard will be adjective. Okay. What about the fourth one? Well, she speaks Chinese very well. We have already used one very, and one adverb can define another adverb. So yeah, it is an adverb. One adverb can be used to define or describe other adverb. So it's an adverb. Well is an adverb. Okay. He is not well these days. We are talking about a person, anything about a noun or a pronoun. To describe on a noun or a pronoun, we use it as adjective. Here it will be an adjective because describing noun or pronoun, which means adjective. Fast runner. Runner is a noun word, guys. So fast will become adjective here, describing a noun. Now, runs fast, run is a verb. When you are describing the run, fast becomes adverb here. Don't be silly. Obviously, here it is a quality we are mentioning. Silly is adjective. Okay, right. It is pretty confusing. Now, confusing is already an adjective, this one. But to describe adjective, what do you use? Adverb. To describe another word which is an adjective, you use adverb. Pretty is adding to the meaning of confusing. Okay, so pretty is adverb. She's a pretty girl. Girl is a noun. So this way, pretty here becomes adjective. Through definition, you can see. So if you talk about describing noun or pronoun, you will obviously use adjectives. Okay, but if you are using the word to qualify, to describe verb, how the action is happening, or adding on to the meaning of adjective, for example, pretty confusing. So pretty is adding on to the meaning of confusing, it will be adverb. Also, one adverb can also be used to qualify another adverb. Achha, why sixth is not adjective? Because runner is a person who runs, it's a noun. Okay, so to describe a noun, we always use adjective. Fast can be used as both adjective or adverb. Now, according to the sentence, we decide, Aman, okay, whether fast in a sentence is adjective or adverb. Here, because runner is a noun and the word is describing a noun, any word which describes a noun has to be adjective. So fast becomes in this sentence adjective. Okay, clear? So meaning, you have to see the function it is playing in a particular sentence, the role, the meaning. Okay, so try this one. We have certain words, demonstrative pronouns, which will be used where. These are your options and the sentences. First, read it, guys, all of you. Go through these words. First, go through the words, then you can answer. Uh, this is for, okay, firstly, what are plural and singular? I have to tell you. This, that. Okay, this is singular. Sorry, both are singular. Both are singular. This for things which are close, objects that are close, that are objects which are far off. That, those. Okay. Huh. Now these are plural for objects. Huh. Singular object and plural object. You have to understand the difference. So the two plural are these and those. Sorry, these and those. Okay. Plural are these and those. This and that are these and those. Plural are these and those. This and that are singular. Okay, now we're talking about cake, obviously, which is there. Current, yeah, this cake. I met him 5 years ago. It should be only, I met him 5 years ago. Which morning? Current, we are talking about this morning. Okay, yeah. Look at those kids, plural, kids is given. Those kids is given, plural, those kids. Okay, one of those files, we are selecting plural, files. Okay, he was sitting on particular rocking chair, that rocking chair. Okay, Achha, not that in the first option. Why? Because this cake you have just served, it's here present. Okay, let me tell you this also. This for close objects, present. Okay, we are pointing closely. This you just now served me, close object, singular. Okay, these, plural. Okay, that and those for far objects. Okay, Many parents complain about their children. Nowadays, for nowadays, you will write these days. Nowadays, these days. Days is plural. Okay. Are you leaving? We are talking about current weekend. So this weekend, weekend singular. Current weekend, this weekend. Okay. The jeans you bought those days are better than those you bought last month. Jeans are last month ones. Okay. And plural. So those. You will mention those. Okay. Right. We used to do it differently in those days, comparing with past, something far, which is over, not these, not current. So those days. You know, the books I'm carrying are just fantastic. I think now you're carrying these books, you're pointing out to something which is there, current. So, near. So these books, you are carrying those. So close to you, these books. Clear, everybody? So how did we, of course, first is singular, plural difference you should know. These and those are plural. This and that are singular. Second, closer objects, this, okay, or far object, that, okay. These or this or these for closer objects, that and those for farther objects. Clear? Okay. How many were correct out of 10, guys? At least 7 should have been. Okay. Very basic. We can't go wrong with these words. 9 is okay. Yeah. Good. Good enough. Chalo. Try articles. Now you have one more option. Here I'm giving you 4 options. Not only articles A and the. There is one more thing. You have to see no article. There might be certain blanks where no article required. A and the. And the 4th option you have is you can also mark no article required. Try this. Are you coming to the party? Why the will come here? Specific. On next Saturday, specific, we are mentioning which party. The party next Saturday, the one which is happening next Saturday. Specific. Now I bought one singular TV set. Will come singular, and it's a general TV set, not very specific. A new TV set. Okay. I think the man over there, we are being specific. Over there, we are pointing out which man. The one over there is very ill. Okay, pointing out to a specific individual. I watched which video? The video which you sent me, specific. Okay, not any video, not any singular video. The one which you sent me, particular one, specific one. Specific, particular, remember the. She was wearing, obviously we look at the sound. So an ugly dress. So A, E, vowel sound words will always use an article. Vowel, remember, article you decide with the help of sound. Okay, not the alphabet, sound. U, ugly, a sound is there. Okay, I'm crazy about reading history books. Now you don't need an article here, not required. She is a nice girl, right? We use, of course, articles before noun, but when nice is given adjective describing noun, you'll say a nice girl, a good boy. Okay. Do you want to go to dash restaurant? A particular one, which is a particular one where we first met. So the restaurant. He is, you know, the sound guys, vowel sound, an engineer. He thinks that love is what will save us all. We'll not say the love, a love. Obviously, we can't count. Okay. Huh. The answer will be no article, 10th one. Okay. So when you choose an article, remember, and we use it before noun, these words. we talk about the sound and we focus on the sound to select the article word. You will always select the when you have to talk about something which is already mentioned, which is defined already, which is specific. Okay. A for singular before a noun you can use. To it could be refer to anything. Give me a pen. Okay. It could be any pen. Okay. I'm asking for any. Give me any pen. Give me the red pen. Specific red. The red pen. Okay. Clear? Everybody? Any query here? Okay. Let's move to the next one, which are again confusing words, but we should know. There, and there. Here, these are your three options. First, try it, then I'll talk about the answers. No. They sent dash kids. Obviously, when you show possession, which one you use? Possessive cases. Their kids to Paris. Whose kids? Their own kids. Possession. Now, as a subject form, you will use they are. They are. So, apostrophe means short form. This is the short form of they are or they were. Okay. Is there any hope to win the match? THERE will come. There any hope? Is there any hope? I don't think they are good enough. We are talking about people. They are. Short form will come. So they are good enough. Okay. With apostrophe. Next. Dash so many people against the new project. There are so many people. R is already given there. Okay. I heard dash intending to destroy. They are intending. Okay. So short form you can mention RE. Huh. I like the red car. Now we are pointing out to something. So we use here, there to show place, to indicate place. So over there, THERE to indicate place. Which one we'll use? ERE. Have you met your husband? There again, place. I can't remember. The blank should be here, guys. I can't remember their names. Possessive. Whose names? Their names. EIR. Possessive case. Their names. I bet they are American. They are short form you can use RE. I bet they are Americans. Easy one. Okay. Possessive THEIR. Short form they are and there to refer to a place. Particularly we use THERE or as a subject also. Clear? Don't get confused between three words. Very basic grammar. Okay, next one is my favorite, for and since. Many people get confused with these two. A lot depends on the tense of the sentence. Then you can answer it very clearly if you are very thorough with which tense you will use for, with which one do you use since. So try this one. First go through all the sentences, then you mark. I have lived in London. Whenever there is a duration given, 2 weeks, 5 months, 6 years, we always use for. Has been, perfect tense, has been a nurse since 1999. Okay. Met, we have not met since our last year at school. I have been teaching, again a kind of duration, for a long time. Okay. For 2 weeks. Just looking at 2 weeks, I know for will be the answer. Okay. What have you been doing since you left your last job? Okay. His new laptop now for a month. A month is one singular period of time. Where have you working? since you had your master's degree. Okay, since Monday has been closed since Monday. It's not a period of time. We're not talking about one duration complete. So since Monday. Known her since they were 5 years old. Okay, now remember guys, both are since and for, both have a same sense or same meaning because both show point of time. So where do you use since? Particularly for perfect tenses, you will have to use since. Okay, perfect continuous. But for duration, whenever they mention duration, please make sure you always use for. So 5 weeks, 6 months, 8 days, 10 years. Okay, so for. Clear? Both have the similar meaning, both show point of time. That is why we get confused here in this one. Clear? Yeah. Okay, one last, we have a small exercise for preposition. Let's do this. Which preposition word will come? Preposition you all know, on, in, by, for, upon. He died. Now guys, when you die of a disease, we say of. Disease is mentioned, heart attack is mentioned. No, not of. Collide. There are particular preposition we use with these words which we should know. For example, I know you all know this one, suffering from fever. We use from with suffering. So similarly with collide, there is a particular word with. Okay, ran into somebody by accident. You ran into Tom means you encounter, you ran into someone. Okay, I'm very satisfied with my exam results. Okay, improvement in something, in my English. Improvement in my English. Very easy one. Lack of something. There's always a lack of. Lot of admiration. You always have admiration for someone. With admiration for, you have praise for someone. Died in a heart attack. No, died of. There are particular prepositions we use. So for diseases, we say of always. With died, always. If there is disease mentioned, it has to be of fixed preposition. Okay, I'll provide you the list also next session here with what words, which preposition to use. I really care for what happens. Care for certain things. So you can't use any other thing with collide. Collide with fixed. Suffering always from is fixed. So these are fixed preposition. Any disease mentioned, you have to use with sorry, of, with dead, died, with the particular word only, died of. Clear? Okay, and ran into is a phrase. You ran into someone, you accidentally meet them by chance. Ran into. I ran into John while when I was going to a shop. Ran into is a phrase combined. Ran into Tom while I was in the library. No, towards is literal. Ran towards. You're running towards a destination. That's totally different. Ran into Tom means I was in the library. Intentionally, you don't meet someone. Yeah. Ha. Sometimes it happens, you're out and you see, encounter somebody or you meet somebody. It was not a planned meet. You come across someone, right? By accident. That is a phrase. Ran into. Clear? Ran towards is also correct, but that will be literal meaning. Now, according to sentence, I was in the library and I ran into Tom. I met him, right? He was there, right? By chance. Lack of cheap restaurants, lack of humor, lack of resources. Lack of is correct. Admiration, praise for someone. Admiration for what you have done. Admiration for your achievements. Admiration for the work you have done, right? Clear? Care for some. Care for always. Okay? Improvement in my English. Improvement in my scores. Improvement in, you can say, language, right? Care of, I think we use at particular times. Can't think of a sentence right now. No, usually 90% you will see care for a particular thing. If you're mentioning a thing, care for majorly. I will guys provide you the list also in the next class. What are common words and which preposition should go with those? Okay, I'll provide you a list also. Just remind me next session once. I'll give you that list also. It'll be easy for you. But it comes like with definite words, we have certain preposition. It comes through practice only. Like if you read a lot, you'll come across words and particular preposition used with it. Okay. Chalo, go through this. We have 2 to 3 more sessions related to these exercises. I hope this was helpful. These are basic grammars, what we tend to go wrong with it. So therefore, it is required we concentrate and know the differences. Okay, preposition list also I'll provide you in the next session, guys. And yeah, don't worry, we have continuous 2 3 sessions, I think, of grammar exercises only. So we'll cover all. Okay, chalo, this is it. I'll wrap up for today. Good night, guys. Take care. Thank you.